Hey everybody, today's video is going to center around I actually got asked by Sonuscore to do a demo and review on this. This is lyrical vocal phrases, and let me pull it up here. As you can hear, the lady singing, which is CONNY KOLLET, very well known in the industry. And here is the interface right here. So they asked me to do a demo for them and to kind of give a walkthrough like I normally do with all my sample libraries, walkthrough videos. So we're going to do that today. I'm really blown away by the sound and the quality of this library, as you heard from the beginning there, of actually how it sounds. And this was actually kind of a new thing for me because I don't really typically write for voice. I'm more of an instrumental person, so this was kind of tough to put together a track with that centered around a voice. So let me just demonstrate. I was using the Mio Destino. I can't remember, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I found this one just spoke to me. That intro phase that we heard was how I started this track, how I actually started writing it. This right here. That's all I needed. That was the inspiration for me for that track. When I heard that, I just started getting ideas, that string, the flautando strings in the background. And that's how this piece came together. So very inspiring library, say for myself. Like I said, I typically do not use vocal phrases. I'm not a big choir person. So I was kind of honored that they reached out to me and wanted me to do a demo. So let's go through this, kind of the interface a little bit. Actually, let me pull up their website so you can see what this library, how much it costs, and everything like that. So it's 99 euros, which roughly estimates out to about $122 USA. So like they say here, it's inspiring, crystal clear solo phrases, and I would have to agree with that. It really is. Her voice, CONNY KOLLET, her voice is amazing, very emotional. I mean, if you want some tracks to really provide some emotional kind of sense to the voices, and if you write for lyrics and voices, and especially women voices, I can see this totally be used in multiple different styles, some ambient, kind of that slow thing that I did, some epic stuff. And so definitely check this out. And basically, let me just play what some of the... The library speaks for itself. Like, I don't have to really speak too much of it, but her voice is very emotional. It's very beautiful. I loved it. And I actually got really excited when I started creating this track. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, what can I do here? I could actually, create some cool stuff. And it's just out of my realm. So off the bat here, this does require the full version of Contact 5. The free player you cannot use the free player. Go ahead and go to their website to listen to some of their demos. And I just wanted to highlight a few things. The interface is very clean and intuitive from what I noticed. And you can select multiple different pairings together, which you saw there. And then here's some of the features. Let's just highlight some of these. So there's 300 different phrases, 17 themes. So it gives you a wide variety of things to choose from. So it's not just you're locked into one style and you have maybe 12 patches and that's all you have. No, there's 300 different phrases with 17 different styles and themes. You got the emotional, kind of the more upbeat, which we'll go through here. And then the way it's all laid out on the keyboard is there's a, at the beginning of your keyboard is like the starting phrases, then there's middle phrases, and then there's ending phrases. So they're all divided up into 3 different sections. So, like I did, I had a starting phrase at the beginning of my track, and then I used some of the middle phrases, and then at the end of the track, I actually had an end phrase, which we can go into here in a little bit. So there's 6 different languages that is speaking in here. It's Elvish, Ethnic, Medieval, Witch, but also Latin and Italian. So there you go. You get 6 different types of languages. And like I said, I think this library is tended more for, that kind of style of music. I guess the medieval kind of Lord of the Ringsy kind of feel. Like if that's the kind of music you write, you need to have this library in your arsenal because it's beautiful. And even me, I don't really write that type of music, and I was inspired. So I think you're not just locked into that kind of, like the Elvish, ethnic, medieval kind of music. I mean, if you write, you can probably find ways to put her voice in there because her voice is just very beautiful and very emotional. So if you want to capture something very emotional, like let's say if you're doing a film and there's like a scene that's, it's a lot of drama and something's very going on, you need that beautiful voice. I think this could pull it off for you. So as you can see, it is like when you press the button, it's playing like a WAV file. And like I said, here's your key switches to tell you what key you're in. So let's turn it to, I wrote my piece in C. So you got C, and then that's the key you choose. So here's what I was talking about, the beginning, middle, and end phrases. So the blue is the beginning phrases, and then you have your yellow is the middle phrases, and then I believe the red is the end phrases. They're very beautiful, and they're very cool to end on. And then I think these green ones, yeah, select multiple. So let's dive into some of the different styles that they have. So they have, most of these are in minor. There's some major, there's some Dorian, there's ethno minor, there's spoken. So what you do to highlight one that you want is you click on one of, you click on here, and then it will pull up those samples. Wow, her voice is so pretty. So here's the effects page where you can adjust some of the EQ, the delay, and reverb. The reverb is on. I can turn it off, so let's just hear it without it. Very dry. So that's a beautiful thing too. So you can add your own reverbs and tailor it to, let's say, you have different libraries and you need to mix in this voice to make it sound like it's in the same hall or the same, space that you've created. All you have to do is turn off that reverb and you're good to go. That's pretty dry. Yeah, that could work. That's very workable. So let's go back to and then there's this Mystique button here. So it's adding some other delay, kind of giving you some tails there, that's pretty cool. I didn't use that in my track, but that's definitely pretty cool. So that's the Laurel's Dream. Let's go down here, and I'm just going to demo some so you can get the feel of the different types of styles that are offered. All right, let me turn the reverb back on. And you can add delay and stuff like that, which I don't have. And actually, the reverbs that they have built into this is actually pretty decent. It's pretty nice. Then you have a speed knob here. I'm pretty sure this is the speed up. Yeah, let's see. Let's turn it down here. What's really cool, if you look here in the background, this is actually animated right here. That's pretty cool. All right, so let me pull up one of these down here, this Lydian one, and let's mix it with this one. Like I said, you can change the key. So there I'm adjusting the modulation wheel. So if you bring it down here, it gets softer. So it does respond to modulation, which is always great and cool. So you can, dial in that sound that you're looking for if you want a little more soft, or, you want some more excitement to it. All right, so let's go down to the spoken ones. Play some of these.
I
So that's pretty cool. Let's go to the Ancient Ruins one. So that's the beginning phrase. So let's go to the middle phrase. And then this is the ending phrase. Which, you know, in spoken, it really, you can't, I could tell it's ending. So there's another one. And then they got this Whispering Witches, which is a bonus. So let's play this real quick. We'll do C. That's very, very interesting. I like that. It's actually kind of creepy. Since I'm listening to the headphones, it actually sounds pretty creepy. I could totally see in a context track, like if you're going for that, the light and dark, you know, to contrast it, so you can make, you know, character based, you know, especially if you're filming a score, if you're filming something like this or a video game. I think this library would work very well, because what you could do is you can contrast that for your character. So like you have the hero or the, you know, or something like that, you can have her voice representing that, and then you can have that witch, you know, the evil or stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, this library offers a lot of flexibility, you know, to use. And like I said, I'm not an expert when it comes to vocal stuff, because like I said, I don't typically write for it, but I found this library very inspiring. From the moment I just clicked one button, like I said, when I started off my piece, it just like the ideas just flowed, and I was like, okay, cool. So what we can do now is let's listen to my track full. Like I said, this is a rough track. I just threw this together so you could get the context. You know, don't really listen to the music, but listen to the context of how the voice is being represented in the music. I tried to show a variety of, you know, kind of soft and kind of like, you know, something to complement her voice, and then I kind of went into something and that. But it's just a very simple piece, but we'll play it through all the way so you can kind of get the sense and get an idea of how you would use this library. So as you can see, I tried to, you know, do some stuff there. The track is not the best thing ever, you know, I've ever written, but, you know, I tried to show different types of styles of how to use this library, you know, the very soft, and then kind of the supporting of her voice. And then I kind of went into something a little more, you know, upbeat and bouncy, and then kind of, you know, put her voice in there as a background. And then you saw how it crescendoed into the ending. And I thought that ending was perfect. Obviously, you would want to write the track a little bit longer to kind of in context. These things are kind of just broken up into a little bit of pieces just to kind of show you, you know, the possibilities of the library. And like I said, this library can go into even more things. You know, I just showed one little aspect of it. Like I said, this patch right here really spoke to me, and you know, and that's how that track came out. And one thing I wanted to note, I did have some trouble when I was actually doing this. Sometimes when I play my tracks, the voice wouldn't play and stuff like that. So I had to like go in actually, and make sure you put your key switch in here, so that, you know, to let you know what key you're in. So I put C here because that's where we were in, and just, you know, just to make sure you're adding that in there, so in case, you know, it actually if you hit the key here on your keyboard or something gets messed up, it's going to play the exact phrases in the key that you wanted. So that's just a little note there that I noticed. Also, I didn't use any modulation data, in my mod wheel or expression in that. That's just straight out of the box. Like I said, I haven't used any effects except a little reverb that I use in my template, but I'm using the reverb that was built into this library here. And like I said, it sounds beautiful, and I don't get hung up on all that stuff and making it sound like realistic. I try to make the music speak. So I hope I did justice on this library. I hope you guys like this. If you have any questions on this library, feel free to comment below and let me know, and I'll answer it as best I can. Also, if you have any questions, you can always refer to Sonuscore's website, and also check out some of their other products that they offered. They offer quite a few things, which is actually pretty cool. So if you're familiar with accent strikes, action strings, and motive strings, they're the ones that are behind it, which it comes with Contact complete. I have it. They actually have percussion. They have the orchestra, Evolution Atlantica, Evolution Dragon, cello, Trinity drums, and stuff like that. So I'm very honored that Sonuscore reached out to me to do a demo for this and to talk about it. Like I said, this is not a typical one that I normally do. I don't really write for voices. I don't really own these type of libraries. But like I said, I was really blown away. Definitely would pick this library up. If it was not offered to me, I would definitely go out and buy it because like I said, I got really inspired using that. And as you can tell, that whole track from that beginning phrase is what wrote that whole track. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you like this, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please go check out all the other content we have here. I'm sure there's something here to help you if you're a new composer just starting out. Make sure you check out some interviews, some quick tips, stuff like that. So hit that subscribe button. And also, if you want to get in contact with me, I have a link down below. You can go over to my website, and it's called Ask Todd, which is going to be any questions that I receive will be put into a future video called Ask Todd series. I hope to be starting soon. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you next time.